Hello everyone, Joshua here and welcome back to my game corner. Now, if you've been on this channel for a while, first of all, why? Second of all, you might remember a video I had back then talking about all the Hollow Knight charms. And that video was pretty bad, and I didn't have any form of how to use a tier list yet, so today I am fixing that mistake of a video by making this one, which is a tier list of all the charms in Hollow Knight. Starting off with Dream Wielder. I put it in high B. This charm, all things considered, is pretty decent. It's only one notch, takes only one charm notch, and gives you two pretty freaking good benefits if it's with your dream nail. It makes the animation for the dream nail faster, so you can gain the soul from the enemy faster, and it doubles the amount of soul you gain from 33 to 66. And if you didn't know, let me just drink some water real quick. Your soul gauge in Hollow Knight fills up to 99, and every time you hit an enemy with your nail, you get 11. And spells take 33. So if you use this charm and dream nail an enemy, you can use 2 spells. And if you combine stuff like Shaman Stone and Spell Twister and get max out your freaking soul gauge, that is some insane amount of spell damage you can gain from it. However, I'm not really a big fan of using the Dream Nail in boss fights or anywhere other than getting the frickin' essence you need. So, I'm not a one to... I don't really use this charm at all, but it's pretty decent. Next up is Dream Shield. Pretty mediocre. Like, okay, Dream Shield costs 3 notches, and it puts this little shield around the knight that slowly spins, and when some blocks certain attacks, and if it hits an enemy, it will disappear for a few seconds before popping back. But that enemy takes a good, okay-ish amount of damage, so it's not bad, but I would not use it. And combined with Dream Wielder, the shield gets bigger and I think regenerates faster. I don't know everything of how these two charms work together, but I'd put in mid C, I guess. Now for Unbreakable / Fragile Heart. 8. I'm shoving it in 8 here. It's not even a challenge. It just gives you 2 extra masks and healing it up. Masks and you can heal them, unlike the frickin' lifeblood charms. Like, get out of here, you stupid little craps. But yeah, this charm is good. And if you're playing Steel Soul mode, Fragile charms are a must to have. And Unbreakable Strength is an instant S tier. Like, I'm not even gonna listen to anybody here. If you disagree with Unbreakable Strength and S tier, fight me, damn it. Because Strength is good. It increases your nail damage by 1.5 times, and early game, that's not really good when you only have like the first, when you have the old nail from 5 to like what, 8 damage, big fucking whoop. But once you have your proper nail, the pure nail, which I think it does 27-ish damage, I think that's how much it does. And you slap Unbreakable Strength, it gets boosted to 32. Ooh, and no, 20, no, it's not 20, okay, 50. Around 20-ish damage, 25-ish damage, I think. And it boosts it up to 32 damage. That's insane. I mean, this charm, S-Tier, I don't care, bite me. Glowing Womb. Glowing Womb. They're cute, I'll give them that, but they're not really that good. Like, they take a little bit of soul from your soul gauge and converts them into these like mini fucks that fly around and blow up on enemies. And they have some fun bits of synergy with charms like Defender's Crest. Where the hell is that one? Wait, where the hell is Defender's Crest? Oh, here, they turn into like these flying sacks of shit, and leave a poisonous cloud that damages the opponent. Or when Fear of the Fallen, when you're at 1 health, they deal more damage. They have some cool synergy things going on with other charms. But overall, it's pretty mediocre. I'd say no C. Grimchild, again, it's cute, but that's pretty much all it has. D tier, fuck you, you useless piece of shit. And Heavy Blow. I would put it in no C tier. Sometimes it can be useful, but most of the time it is useless. Like, when you fight bosses, most bosses, it barely does anything against most bosses, and the ones it does do stuff against, it's not even fucking worth it. It makes enemies get knocked back when hit by your nails farther away. So if you're like in Kingdom's Edge and trying to get away from like 50 primal aspids, this charm is bad. Like, so damn bad. God. But I have to say, it does look kind of cool. But because of its few uses actually being kind of decent, I'm not gonna put in D tier, actually high D, I guess. Hive Blood. It's alright. Hive Blood takes 4 charm slots. And you only have 11, and when you gain all your when you only start with 3 and get up to 11, that's a pretty big asking price. And what does it regenerates 1 heart it pretty much gives you a free heal, 1 free heal when you take damage, and like, how am I going to explain this? Okay, so you take you get hit by an enemy, right? You take some you take that 1 health or 2 and find a boss fight when the enemy does double damage, and you wait 12 seconds. And the heart, no, the soul, the mask gets regenerated, but only the most recent mask that's been lost. So and it doesn't work if you die, if you run out of masks, so Because duh. But it's pretty bad, meh. Not really that useful. I'll put below Dream Wielder. Because it's most useful when doing parkour stuff like the White Palace and Path of Pain. And let's move on to King's Soul. I put in I'd put in middle B tier. Actually, I'll put below Hive Blood because, okay, so 5 charm slots is a massive asking price. The most notches a charm we would ask for in the whole game, but and it gives you like 1 soul every 2 soul like it barely gives you any soul every few seconds. This is what I'm trying to say, and it's just not worth it. Like if you're trying to use this as for an actual build and not so you can get the Dream No More ending, then why? Then if you're using this for an actual legit build, then go to a fucking therapist to figure out what the hell went wrong with you. Oh god, I lost my breath trying to do that joke. God. But yeah, this charm, very bad. Unless you're trying to get the Dream No More ending, getting the Void Heart charm to get Dream No More ending, then it's okay. Now let's break from the order real quick to talk about Greed. I put it in low C tier because early on in the game, it's pretty good. Geo's pretty. Early on in the game when you need Geo, getting an extra from killing the enemies is pretty good. But like, especially when getting to some of the more ridiculous asking prices of costs later on, like the 3,000 fucking Geo into a fountain, or the literal thousands of Geo you need to turn strength and heart into their unbreakable forms. I'm saying you need a minimum of around 8,000 Geo I need to turn Greed from fragile to unbreakable, or by divine. And honestly, if you want these to become unbreakable, then it's worth it, in my opinion, to get unbreakable Greed so that you can that if you do die while trying to collect more Geo, you won't have to spend some extra cash to repair it. But the thing is, it costs barely anything to repair it, so what's the point? But it's like it's pretty okay at what it does, but you don't need it at all. Now let's talk about the 3 Lifeblood charms. Ugh. Oh my god. Okay, let's start with Lifeblood Heart. 2 charm notches for 2 Lifeblood masks. It's just a worse heart. I put it in at the bottom of beat. Like if you already have Lifeblood heart, if you already have fragile or unbreakable heart at the when you get this, there's really no point unless you're trying to get Lifeblood core. But that's the last Lifeblood charm you'll get. So let's talk about Joni's Blessing. Okay, it increases how much your total mass count by 40%. So from like from the 9 when you get all the mask shards to 13, I think. That's pretty good. But it costs 4 charm notches and turns all your masks to lifeblood masks. Like, why do that? If you want 4 extra heart lifeblood things, just use lifeblood core. Like, if you're trying to get lifeblood core, a combination of heart of unbreakable heart, lifeblood heart, and Joni's blessing. Yeah, this is Joni's blessing. This is lifeblood core. I'm an idiot. Joni's blessing is just meh. I put it between glowing woman and greed. It actually, I'll put greed because it's so much worse than what is arguably the best of the 3 lifeblood core. 3 charm notches for 4 lifeblood masks. That's a pretty good deal for me. To me, it's just a much better Joni's blessing. It costs 1 notch less and doesn't turn all of your damn hearts into lifeblood hearts. Like, come on. Now, Mark of Pride. It makes your nail ridiculously big. Like, oh my god, the size increase is insane. Like, if you're not using Mark of Pride, I'd use it right freaking now. Give it a try. Like, it is great. It costs 3 notches, which is pretty kind of expensive, but it is so worth it for all the extra reach you get with it. Now, Nail Master's Glory. I put it above Hive Blood and below Lifeblood, not Core or Beak. Or for similar reasons I have with Dream Wielder. It's really good at what it does for being a 1-notch charm. Being that the time it takes to ready a nail art gets shortened ridiculously fast to ridiculous speeds. Like, it is pretty good at what it does, but I'm not a fan of the nail arts, honestly. I don't really like using them that much. Even with the charm, I don't see much of a need to use most of the time. So I put it in mid B. Shaman Stone, better than Mark. In my opinion, it's better than Mark of. Actually, it's probably my favorite charm in the whole game. It makes your spells so much better. Like, Jesus Christ, they get ridiculously overpowered. Like, come on a maxed, like, this Spell Twister, the maxed 4 soul gauge against Radiance, like, you tear through an insane amount of health with that. And, like, it is ridiculous. And all the other spells get boosted insanely well too. Like, god, it's awesome. If you're using a spell build, you need Shaman Stone. That's pretty much the only charm you need in a spell build. The other spell themed charms will just be there to enhance Shaman Stone even more. Like, it's the gold standard of spell charm. It just makes your spells powerful and just so good. And only 3 notches as well, so that's pretty good. Shape of Oon. Like, you're good, but I'll put it in B tier. Like, you can use it very good, but in the situations where it's useful, it is very useful. Like let's say, like fighting Grim, when he summons those regular Grim, like when he summons those 3 bats, you can activate Shape of Doom to duck underneath them. Or when Hornet like dashes at you with you can activate, or when Mantis Lords dash at you, you can activate its Shape of Doom by healing, and you dodge those attacks. It's like, that's pretty freaking good. But in a lot of other fights, like League Radiance, where you don't have that much space for healing and not that much space for anything actually, it's not as useful, but it's still pretty good. I'll put it underneath Dream Wielder. Now Soul Eater. I mean, I think it raises how much soul you gain from 11 to 20, somewhere around 20 to 24ish. But it costs 4 charm notches. Like, I don't think that's worth it in my opinion. And I'll put it underneath Glowing Room. And King Soul, what? And King Soul, what the hell are you doing here? Get underneath Soul Eater, you little shit. Now Spell Twister. It reduces the amount of soul you need to cast spells from 33 to 24. And you know how many times I've said spells are freaking great? But this thing's only really useful with Shaman Stone. Without it, it's still pretty damn good. So I'll put it in high A tier. We don't really have many other charms in that tier, so might as well. Now Stalwart Shell. It's not that good. Like, what the hell does Stalwart Shell even do? Hold on, let me look it up. Stalwart Shell. Tab. It says makes it easier to escape from dangerous situations. Effect. Increases invincibility duration after being hit to 1.75 seconds. So a little bit less than 2 seconds. That's not really that worth it for 2 notches in my opinion. Like, actually, it's a lot better than I'd expect it to be, but I'll put above Glowing Room. Steady Body. Like, it's kind of like a better Stalwart Shell in my opinion. I'm pretty sure like one charm notch and makes it so you don't really take knockback at all. Actually no, it's not that similar to Stay. What am I saying? It's not similar to Stalwart Shell. It's a pretty good charm. Removes all knockbacks and or recoil from hitting enemies. Oh. In that case, I think it's slightly better than Stalwart Shell, but not by much. Weaver Song. For what it is, Yeah, it's alright. He summons these 3 little spider guys that attack things, dealing a little bit of damage. But when combined with Grub Song, the ping I like to call Song Song, it gives you 3, the spiders, when they hit something, gives you 3 extra soul. And that can be pretty damn helpful when a charm build. But it's meh. I'll put it above Nailmaster's Glory, because I do see myself using it sometimes, but very, very rarely. Now, Spawder Shell. I mean, it's pretty decent. Like, again, it's good at what it does. Like a lot of charms I have in BTO, it's good at what it does. But I'm never seeing myself actually wanting to use these. So like what Spawder Shell does, it's when you're healing, it gives you a little shell, little shell all around the like a little shield around the knight, protecting it from an attack. And when find double damage bosses, that is pretty helpful. Like bam, you just saved 2 masks by healing, but you can only do that like 4 times before you can't do it anymore, so Now Carefree Melody. Not that it's not that good. It's not that good. But it is better than King's Soul, which is not that much of an accomplishment, pretty much. Okay, so Carefree Melody costs 3 notches and has a chance to block attacks. The more times you actually get hit by an attack and take damage from it, the chance of that attack doing nothing raises until the attack doesn't hurt the player, in which case that low value of how hot gets reset back to the base thing, which is slightly less than 1 in 4 chance, which is it's not that good. I don't like it that much. Dash Master. You know what? The Sans Charm is Sans Charm is better than Lifeblood Heart. Actually, it's better than now. I'll put it underneath Spawder Shell. It makes your dashes better, which is good for exploration, but really it's not that very useful. So I'll just put in middle, in a little bit below middle B tier. Deep Focus is trash. 4 charm notches to heal double the amount of masks for 1 soul. That is, at face value, pretty good. Why is it in C tier? Because it doubles the amount of time it takes to heal. That is stupid, and you need quick focus there to make it somewhat usable. No, that is not worth it. Go to the C tier where you belong, you trash. Defender's Crest is pretty decent. I'll put it a bit underneath Shape of Boon, but above of Lifeblood Core. It has a bunch of fun charm combinations with others, and it leaves a little part of Poisonous Cloud that damages the opponent for a few seconds. A little bit. It can be pretty damn helpful. I really like this charm. Fluke Nest. if you know how to use it right, it is incredible. Like go next, like you have this charm set up properly, you go to a boss and just spam the spell, the Shade Soul, which will get replaced by a bunch of flukes to just completely destroy that boss or enemy you're fighting. Like, it is insane. But it turns into a bunch of tiny Shade Soul into a bunch of tiny flukes, which is not quite worth it in my opinion, and it's 3 notches. It deals about 80 damage, which is pretty good, but I'll put it below Defender's Crest. Like if you know how to use this properly, and if you do, good on you, you're pretty smart, more than good at the game. It is insanely valuable, but to the average player, it's kind of meh. Fury of the Fallen, I'll put it, okay, I'll put it exactly in the middle. I can't put it in the middle. You can get promoted to low A. Okay, Fury of the Fallen, I'll put it exactly in the middle of B tier. You're the cream of the crop of being mediocre. Like, this charm, when speedrunning, is priceless for how good it is. Is when you're at speedrunners will take the time to bring the knight to 1 mask, so Fury of the Fallen's attack boost in power to your nail and spells, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know if Fury of the Fallen boosts the power of spells. Might just only be the nail, but again, it boosts it. Use the power of your nail like ridiculously, and and combine other charms like Fluke Nest and such. It can be a lifesaver. Or a run saver. Now Gathering Swarm. You know what? I'll put you above King's Soul. Like, I like you. Goo. It's a good charm. Like only game it combined with the Greed charm. Like, that's how you gain the big bucks when grinding Geo, but it's mostly useless is as soon as you reach like City of Tears-ish area, and by that point you just don't really need to use this anymore. But whenever you need Geo, it's decent enough to slap on it. It can be pretty valuable. Well, but it's still pretty much useless. Now, Globerfly's Elegy. Now, where do I put you? Okay, first off, you need to save all the 46 grubs in the game to get this charm, which can be a pretty tough task. You then need to make sure the build you want to use this in has 3 spare notches, which is a moderate price to pay, but what does it do? It pretty much gives your nail a little bit of a ranged attack only when you're at full health, or when combined with Fear of the Fallen at 1 health, which it's pretty mediocre. I'll put it at the bottom of B you, because like with Fear the Fallen, speedrunners can really use it well. And when combined with Grub Song, it can get be pretty useful. Actually, I'll put above Fear of the Fallen, but really it's not that good. Grub Song, I'm putting above Shaman Stone. This thing is great. I think it gives you 15 in soul when and you take damage. 24 if you have Grubfly's Elegy with it. As well. And and like I said before with other charms, with the spell build, with Shaman Stone, Spell Twister, like that gets insane. Like my charm setup is for my spell build is Mark of Pride, Shaman Stone, Spell Twister, Soul Catcher, and Grub Song, because that is just insanely useful. Now for Long Nail. Bottom of B tier, it's not that useful. I will put it mid to maybe even high B tier originally. When I first made my video back then, but it doesn't increase your nail length all that much in compared to Mark of Pride. Like, it barely does anything to make your nail longer. It's not good. Wait. We have Nail Master's Glory twice, so I'll put in B tier, I guess? Now quick focus. I'm putting it up underneath Heart above Doom Wielder. This charm is ridiculously useful. 3 notches makes your healing go insanely quick. And if you're a bit of a panic healer sometimes that extra quick healing time can really help. It's pretty good. Though the price is a bit iffy, but it's still pretty good. Quick Slash. I'll put it underneath Quick Focus. It's like Quick Slash, it's 3 charm notches. It makes slashing with your nail super fast. Like without the charm, the time it takes to hit your nail like twice. With Quick Slash, I'm pretty sure you can hit like 5 times. Like, it's pretty good. Sharp Shadow. You know, I'll put it at the top of B tier. Like, I love using this charm, but as time went on, I started using it less and less, and I'm slowly not becoming a fan of it anymore. What it does is it turns your Shade Cloak dashes into dashes that can hurt enemies when you dash through them. And that's pretty good. It also extends how far that dash is a little bit, so it will take a little bit to learn to get used to that if you want to use it, but it's pretty good. Now Soul Catcher. I may have said I put this in my spellbook, but that's because I don't really have any other charms. It's low B tier. It's actually I put it underneath Glowing Room. It's bad. It only gives you 3 extra soul when hitting enemies with your nail. For 2 notches. Like that is so bad. Who the hell wants to use that? Snuff Spore Shroom. When healing, it gives you a little clap. out of spores that deal a good amount of damage. While the cloud is there and the enemy stays within that cloud. Combined with Defender's Quest that can it can work slightly differently, but overall it's not that useful. I think the Spore Cloud gets bigger when using Deep Focus, but as I've said before, Deep Focus is dog shit, so I'll put at the bottom B tier for its good but limited uses. Now Sprint Master. I'll put above Stalwart Shell. It is a single notch charm. And let's put the other repeat charms in here as well. Now, Sprint Master is a one-notch charm, and it makes your run. It makes the knight run faster. That's it. It's not really that good. It's okay if you're trying to get around places, but it's just not the best. It's one of the worst, actually. Now Thorns of Agony. I'll put in B tier here for the same reason as almost every other charm in that here. Like, it is good at what it does for a single notch charm when getting hit by an enemy. It unleashes spikes that deal a pretty good amount of damage, but the thing is, you need to get hit by that, and you want to preserve your health as much as possible, so it's not really that useful. Void Heart? No. I'll put this right about the middle of B tier. It's a pretty song. It gives you the Dream No More ending, which is good. I like getting that ending. I want to get that ending all the time, but it's pretty much useless beyond that. It costs 0 charm notches, which is pretty weird. But and once you equip it, you can't unequip it unless you go into one of the pantheons and choose who's the fucking option to go in their charm list. And Wayward Compass I'll put it above Grimchild but below Deep Focus because part of the fun in Hollow Knight is getting lost in the game, so well, that's pretty much gonna be it. Like, only game for one notch, it's a pretty good charm, but not useful, really not useful outside of that. And then once you played the game, like once or twice, you pretty much know the entire map of Hollow Nest at that point, so you don't really need this charm at all. But that's about it for this video. Oh, it went a little bit longer than I was expecting. Actually, I'm kind of shocked I was able to get it below 50 minutes. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe and comment down below what you'd like me to do next, because I'm always open to suggestions, and hit that notification bell so you know when my videos come out. Now, thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.